Hey, welcome to On the Porch. That countdown caught me off guard again.
How does that happen?
I have no idea every time it catches me off guard. But I'm Todd and joined by, as always, by my friend Ken here on the porch. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and showing up. We really appreciate it. I'm going to throw a curveball at everybody this week. We're not going to talk about math. Instead, we're going to talk about chemistry. And actually, something near and dear to Ken's heart, cleaning vinyl siding. We're going to tell you what chemicals to mix together to get it as clean as possible, because that's the YouTube channels I've been watching this week is cleaning vinyl siding, because my house needs cleaned really bad. So,
well, man, believe it or not, whenever I was in college, I majored in biology, and they tried to get me to switch my major to chemistry.
Really?
Asked me had I ever thought about teaching, and I'm like, absolutely not. But I liked chemistry, but
yeah,
I never learned how to clean any vinyls with it. If I'd been in one of the majors, I might have gone that route.
Yeah. Well, there's three things I've found out. One is there's stuff you can buy called 3-second clean that really works a lot. Mm-hmm. You just use your garden hose and put it on. I saw one lady mix, I forgot the ratios, but hydrogen peroxide with Dawn dish soap. Mm-hmm. And she rolled it on with a paint roller brush and then rinsed it off with a water hose, and that seemed to work pretty good. And then another guy bought a concentrated pool shock and mixed it with water, 4-to-1 water and pool shock, and then put Dawn in there, and then he applied it with a sprayer, let it sit, and then just hosed it off. It all seemed to work really well.
Well, let me ask you this. What did they do about getting the label and everything, getting water on the label?
I don't know.
Did it run it?
No, I don't think so.
Because I saw one guy, I didn't look at it very long, but I saw one guy, he had these suction cups. He said that he got his at Lowe's. Mm-hmm. And they're round, have a suction cup like you would pick up mirrors and move. Have you ever seen those?
Yep.
And he put one on each side that covered the label, and put the suction on it, and then cleaned it.
Really?
And rinsed it off. Yeah, because it covered the label as he rinsed everything off.
Huh.
But I hadn't gone that far yet.
I hadn't either. I just need mine cleaned. Mm-hmm. And I was going to hit it with pressure. We got a pressure washer, and I was just going to pressure wash it off. But there's some parts of the house I can't reach without. Well, I have a ladder, but there's the east side of my house with even my ladder, I can't even get close enough with pressure washer to do anything. So I'd have to put the ladder in the back of my truck and then climb up there. But with these options, I think I'll hit it with the water hose.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Cleaning vinyl siding.
Oh my gosh, man, folks! Let me tell you what. You said clean vinyls. You know what I was thinking?
Records. I was wondering what you was thinking about.
Yeah, because you were just up here and bought a bunch of vinyls. I bought a bunch of vinyls.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, hold on, man. Cleaning that with pool shock on records. I hadn't seen anybody do that. And then you're talking about going to get the pressure washer out on these vintage albums that we just bought, been on the hunt and found them. And I'm like, well, okay, just let me run mine by the body shop and see if they can sandblast while we're at it.
Yeah. Yeah, get your random orbital polisher
Yeah,
out and,
yeah. As you said, vinyls, and I'm like,
I thought I said vinyl siding at the beginning, but I can't swear to it. It's been a whole
but
3 minutes ago. So.
well, we'll have to re-listen. You probably did, and I just missed it.
Oh
But
yeah,
when you said cleaning vinyls, it just
yeah,
my mind just jumped back
yeah.
to.
You said something about the labels. I'm like thinking, what labels for what?
Yeah,
Uh,
but you see what I'm talking about? The guy was cleaning his albums.
yeah, yeah.
He
That's a
put
good idea.
and he covered them up
Yeah,
because that's the reason uh I haven't cleaned mine yet. 'Cause I got to get a preferred method. I need to do a little
yeah.
more research.
No, I've been outdoor focused here lately. Hey, Ollie, thanks for hopping in here. So, but yeah, Ken alluded to it earlier. We didn't have an episode last week because I was at his house and we just didn't want to try to get too much crammed in because we had limited time. And we were at the 127 yard sale, which I believe you've heard of all us mention before, and did buy some vinyls. And Holly bought several things. Alex, my youngest son, bought some stuff, and Taylor, our youngest daughter, bought some things, and we had a great time.
Yeah, man, I couldn't believe you dodged the rain. I mean, because every time it rained, it seemed like y'all were here at home and through for the day.
Yeah. Yeah, we had good luck with the rain, dodging it, and found some treasures and things. And man, it was a lot of fun. And some of it's going to show up on Christmas Clatter. And for those wondering, I will be having a season this year. It's just been slow going, getting started. So just bear with me.
Well, it's been a busy time at the post office, I'm sure.
It has, and there's a lot of things I've been wanting to do and stuff. So trying to get it all worked out. But yeah, it was great. Anybody that hasn't ever been to the 127, if you have a chance to go, check it out. It is everything it's cracked up to be. I was supposed to take a bunch of pictures and put up here for picture time and all this, but I'm just not much of a picture taker. I don't ever think about grabbing my phone and taking some pictures.
Yeah.
But
Well, we're gonna have to work on that, man.
yeah, we are. And one picture I do have, I've talked about him here on the show before. There's a YouTube channel, Bearded Thrift Machine. It's this guy named Julian and his wife Kayla. They go to Goodwills and they buy storage units, and they go to yard sales and they buy stuff, and then they flip it on eBay and stuff. And that's their full-time gig, both of them. And his YouTube channels, he's got two. One's called Flipzquad, which is like behind the scenes of the business, and the other one's the Bearded Thrift Machine, which is him him and Kayla going to find the stuff. And that's his main channel. I think they're over 100,000 subscribers now, so that's pretty
Really? Wow.
good sized channel. And I remember last year they said they were going to be at the 127, or they were at the 127. I remember seeing the Jordan Hotel, which is close to your house. I'm like, they were right there at Ken's house, and we had already made plans to go out for this year, and we was like, man, if we could bump into them out there, that would be really cool. But I wasn't going to be all like stalkery or anything about it, and things. But we had the kids with us. Ken ended up taking our two kids to the house with him, so me and Holly changed our plans and went a different direction. And we were about ready to leave one yard sale, and we saw a vehicle pulled up that looked like theirs because they had posted it on their Facebook page, and we're like, that looks like them. And then we saw them hop out, so we parked our car and ran over and chatted with them for a few minutes and exchanged stickers from our podcast and got some merch from them, and super sweet people. And
But I can't believe you ran into them.
yeah,
Unreal. Out of
Yeah.
all the different yard sales and different places you could be, because some
Yeah.
of those were yard sales, or there were like a bunch of different tents in one
Yeah.
area. You could have been at the same place, but just
not seen them at all.
Well,
But yeah, this
yeah.
was just a little like private yard sale. Some lady just had her stuff out there in front of her house, and and stuff. So we could sit there and talked a long time, but I know they need to get busy because that's their livelihood, and I didn't want to be all weird about it. But it was cool talking with them and chatting with them. So
yeah.
yeah,
You should have asked them if you could just follow them around.
yeah, Should I really wanted to invite them over for supper, but I didn't have a clearance from you, and that'd have been really weird. Maybe next time. So
Well, that'd have been all right, man. We'd have found something to eat.
yeah, but it was really cool, really cool. I really kind of was like the cherry on top for our weekend, there and stuff. But yeah, it was a lot of fun,
Man, some of those tents are still up, man.
Are they?
Yep. Down there in Pall Mall where we went down there, there's about 3 or 4 tents still up down there. And then
they still selling or they're just up?
There was one place it is, yeah. And then up there, I don't know if you remember the turnoff that you go to Jamestown off 127.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bunch of tents selling right there. There's still one there. Got some stuff that they're selling.
Yeah, it was wild because we were there we didn't do it all day long, but we were there 2 full days, and went from Jamestown to Clark Range is what, 25 or 30 miles? Maybe?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like we went up and down that, and we still didn't hit everything we could. There was a lot of stuff we didn't get a chance to get to within just that stretch. And so it
takes a while.
It takes a while, but there's something for everyone out there. And,
well, if you come again, maybe next year you could go start where down at Clark Range and go towards Crossville.
Yeah, go across 40 there.
On the other side of 40, because I understand on the other side of 40 from there down towards Chattanooga or Cumberland Mountain State Park, there's a lot down through there.
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I hear that's a good area as well.
Yeah.
And it gives you a chance to see a different part of the country.
Yeah. But we really enjoyed ourselves, and hope we didn't invade you and Mary's space too terribly. So.
Buddy, whenever you left, it was like empty.
Oh,
we were
really?
Empty nesters again. We were empty nesters once again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I enjoyed having y'all here, and so did Mary. And
yeah, we love coming, but sometimes we love coming, but we feel like we're just invading too much. Like, don't want to be putting you guys out too much or anything.
Dude, never, man. I mean, y'all got to stay. Holly and Taylor stayed next door to the guest house.
Yeah,
over there,
mm-hmm.
and you guys stayed here with us. So it was good, man.
I mean, Alex still talking about kayaking. So,
is he?
Yeah.
Is he going to get him a kayak?
Yeah, I think so. I think he will. So there's a lake not too far from here, about 20 miles that it's pretty calm that he'll be able to kayak on pretty easy.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get him to go in the Mississippi with one, but he just doesn't want to go in the Mississippi River with one.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to. Better wear a life jacket if he's going to do that. Man.
Definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't want him to. There's too much going on in that thing.
But if he can hold off till winter, he'll get a good price on one.
Oh yeah, that's what I told him. I said, just wait out the summer, and people be wanting to get rid of them. So
yeah. Well, anything else going on? What else you do this week?
I do have something here to show you. I picked it up today for $6 at an estate sale.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I like this kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I was going to text you about it right away, and I thought, you know what? I'll hold off and just show you. It's not a real old one, but it has the basket, and it has the book. And it's got a lovely avocado green color to it.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. An old GE.
GE.
Yeah.
Look at there, buddy. $6.
Yeah, $6. And it's super clean. I mean, there's some scuffies and stuff on it, but
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I looked in it, and it had the basket, and the coolest thing about it, I thought, still has the book.
Isn't that awesome, man?
Yeah.
Whenever they have that. Yeah. So, take care of that. Because they don't make any more of those.
No, I haven't researched it up. I think it's probably late 60s, maybe early 70s, just from the the color and stuff.
Sure.
But I hadn't looked at it had a chance to look it up real good or anything yet. But for those just listening, it's an old GE percolator, kettle style. It's called a immersible, GE immersible.
Immersible.
So, yeah.
And what that means is like whenever you wash it, you don't have to be as particular.
Yeah.
With the water. I mean, you couldn't take it scuba diving with you and expect it to work, but
no.
If you get a little water on the outside and it, goes down on where the controls are down there, it's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah. Puts out 660 watts. So
yeah, that's a nice one, man. Yeah. It really is.
That made in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm. And it'll last. Have you plugged it in or anything?
I haven't plugged it in yet. I brought it home and I set it down here by the desk so I wouldn't forget. But you see that's still the electric cord still taped on the side there.
Well, you can fill it with water, of course, and see if it heats it up. But you can also just plug it in, and then in the very bottom down there where the stem goes in, just put your finger on that, and you can feel it starting to heat up. I mean, it won't take but just a second. It'll be like really hot. So just kind of touch it. You can tell if the heater's working in there.
Yeah. But I saw that sitting there, and the estate sale was 60% off today, and they had the sticker tape on it. They originally were asking $15. So by the time you take 60% off, it was $6. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely worth $6.
Man, I can't believe nobody bought it. Did the estate sale start like on Friday or something?
It started on Thursday. But the lady that ran this estate sale, I can't say too much. My dad used to work with her. She used to be a local news anchor, and she's retired now. So now she's doing these estate sales. Well, like on Thursdays when she opens up, she's only opened up for a few hours in the morning, and then she's only open like an hour or so on Friday and Saturday, and then she'll do like this pop-up sale on Sunday for just like an hour. So that it's not open much, but you go that first day, there's a lot of times on a lot of that stuff, she's like way overpriced, you know, and so it's worth for hers to hold off to at least Saturday. In fact, I can't remember if it was the last one she had or the one before. I went like the last 30 minutes of Thursday, because everything goes half off on Friday or Saturday. I can't remember. Anyway, I went like the last 30 minutes to like scope out stuff that I knew would be there first thing in the morning, you know? So, sure. Yeah. And then we went back on half off day and, first thing when they opened and snagged it. So.
I'm not going to say anything, but I know some guys that go to those yard sales like that, those estate sales, and they'll find something they like and they'll kind of hide it behind the bed or something until Sunday.
I've heard about that.
I would never do that.
No.
I know there's some people that do that.
I can't say I haven't done it for myself. I used to collect Funko Pops, those little bobbleheads. Oh yeah. And I remember there was one, I can't even remember the pop, but it was like a real hard one to find. And I found it, and a buddy of mine was wanting it, and it's like, he's like, I'm on my way to get it. And I thought, well, if he's already on his way here to get it, I'm not going to buy it and, have him pay me back. So I like hid it behind some others and told him it was like behind I think it was like the Shaggies from Scooby-Doo. I was like, look behind the Shaggies and Scooby-Doo. Get back there. Till he got there. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I still go there's a Books A Million in Cookeville. And whenever I've been in there a few times, and every time I go in there, they still sell those things.
They still do. Some of them pretty cool.
And every time I see them, I think about you. I was like, I wonder. I bet Todd probably had all these at one time.
I've been out of it long enough that there's so many new ones, and there's some pretty cool ones out now they're cool, but I just don't think I don't have it in me to buy them because I know where that would lead, and that's not a good place to be.
Yeah. One would lead to 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know how that works.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the way I am with albums. I'll buy one just like at the 127. They we ran across that guy that was selling them for $3 a piece. and I knew they were, they weren't in good shape to begin with. But I'm like, well, this one is a good album, but the more I listen to it, I probably can tolerate that.
Right.
And it's not the scratches; it's the dirt buildup,
Right.
the lint and everything, like you were talking about. Because I still had that on my mind. I guess that's where part of the confusion came from at the beginning of the show. But all those albums I bought for $3, none of them. It's not like I said. It's not the scratches. It's the years of lint that's built up on them. Because you can look at them and tell they're kind of light black. I guess you'd say, almost not really gray, but they're a lighter shade of black.
Yeah.
And when you play them, you can hear that on there. It's just a constant, not a pop or a crackle like a scratch, but it's just a constant noise on there. So I need to find a good way to clean them.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So got Arnie and Doug hopping in here. Hey guys. Thanks for hopping in.
Hey Arnie. Hey Doug. What's up, buddy? How y'all doing?
But yeah, it's just I think we talked about it before, that collecting bug will bite and bite you hard. And I have found myself getting more particular about the things I buy, not just whatever's cool and at this, right that second,
Yeah.
So.
Well, I would buy it all, man, if I could, but I'm just limited on space.
Yeah.
We don't have a very large house, so limited on space. So I have to be pretty particular.
Yeah.
About what I bring in.
Yeah. I did get to meet your friend Jeff while I was down at his booth at the 127. Yeah. Super guy. So
Jeff's a nice guy, man. I really like him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's do anything in the world for you, and he's always there if you need help.
Yeah.
Just a good guy.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get him on soon. That'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, get him to talk about, because we were going to, well, I don't know if I should talk about that segment that we're thinking about doing.
Yeah, we can talk about it. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll need his help for that.
Yeah, because we kind of threw it around. It's called, I don't know if we come up with a title for it, but one we came up with was, "What in the world is this?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Or what is it? Or Jeff, what is this?
What in the world or something.
Yeah, what in the world? But it's just items that he runs across that you have no idea what they are.
Yeah.
Because his wife sent me one the other day, and it was, or sent me a picture, asked me if I knew what it was. It was like kind of like sort of like a sundial, I think. She said she'd tell me whenever we saw her. Give me time to think about it. But it's kind of like on one side of it, it'll say like Tokyo, and the other side it'll say, I don't know, Los Angeles. So if it's 3:00 in Los Angeles, you look across and it'll tell you what time it is in Tokyo. But anyway, I don't know. Yeah. You just have to see it. You just have to see it. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. They had a lot of stuff there. One of the good things about the 127 is there was a lot of stuff like I've seen like only in like on screen or magazines or whatever, and then seeing it in real life super cool. Then there's stuff that it's like I haven't seen this in forever, and then there's stuff that you see that it's like I completely forgot that existed until I saw it again.
Yeah.
And that was always fun. Even if you don't buy anything, to walk around and see all the cool stuff and
there was one guy had all the jukeboxes.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
And the clocks, like the advertisement on the clocks.
Yeah, there were plenty of those, but I didn't buy any of them because they were pricey like they should be.
Yeah, I didn't see there weren't any deals on those.
No, there won't be any deals on those.
No.
So unless I find someone that doesn't know what they have. So
Doug says he's been busy working on fall decorations this afternoon.
Yeah, Arnie and Doug have. So
it's getting to be that time, man.
Yeah. This past week has felt like fall around here. So,
yes.
And
yeah. And it's when you were here it was pretty warm.
Yeah.
When your family was here, but it has cooled down. Like we're going. Well, I tell you what, I got a couple things I'd like to tell you about, but How about talking about? I took a little trip
Oh yeah,
past couple
you
days.
took a little trip. I got some pictures to show. First, I
Yeah,
thought maybe this was a barber shop you went to. Maybe I pronounced it wrong.
but I got on the motorcycle, and yeah. Before you start rolling it,
Okay.
let me tell you about this.
Okay.
'Cause I have another podcast that I do, Faces to Places,
Yep.
and I've kind of slacked off on it last year or so. Just one, I think I only did a couple episodes last year. I like to get that going again, but I mean, just life has happened last 2 years,
Uh huh.
and so there's a place, or actually not a place. There's 13 of them that's left. I thought there was only 7, but the guy up there told me 13. I'm gonna have to do some more research.
Uh huh.
But they're drive-ins like a Sonic,
Yep.
but they were started back in the 50s.
Oh,
After World War II,
right.
things got better and people was working a lot and making money and getting cars and had the old Route 66 and all the motor hotels or whatever they used to call them.
Mm-hmm.
People was out seeing the country, and there was a guy that started a drive-in. It's called Frostop. He had one that was a success, and
Mm-hmm.
then ended up having 350 of them
Oh wow.
total, all across the country. And there's and but they used to be franchised, but now they're all privately owned. The ones that's left.
Yeah.
And man, their thing is their root beer, Frost Top
Yeah.
Root Beer. You can buy just the root beer, and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big connoisseur of root beer, but I like their root beer.
Yeah.
But their floats are insane. That's what they're known for, is the root beer floats. And but I drove to this one. I rode my bike to this one up in West Virginia,
Uh huh.
and so I know you're like, well, that's a long ways to go get some ice cream and a hot dog, but I've been wanting to do this. I've been wanting to do a podcast on Frostop for a
Right.
couple of years now. And so I'm retired and I had the time, and there was 2 days I wasn't expected any rain. It was like upper 70s, low 80s the whole time. I'm like, well, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I threw an extra pair of socks and an extra t-shirt in my saddlebag and took off and went up there to West Virginia to
Right.
Huntington to the Frost Top.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking I'm going to do a podcast on that now.
Oh, nice. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be my next one. It's going to come out. So I'll be looking for it to come out soon.
Yeah.
But it'll just be me talking about it and, kind of telling about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a guest on there.
Yeah. You want me to roll that
Yeah.
footage
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
So
yeah. And see the thing about Frost Top, see that big root beer mug that's on top?
Yeah.
It spins.
Oh, that's cool.
It turns. It's really cool, man. And at night, it's all lit up and everything. And see the colors of the Frost Top back there, the brown and tan or whatever, that's the original colors.
Yeah.
And it's just really awesome, man. I mean,
Yeah.
there it is. See it spinning
Yeah.
up on top. And you can eat outside, or you pull in, they just have parking spots, and they'll come out to you and take your order.
Oh yeah. You can see it right there.
Mm-hmm. They're really cool. I mean, that one was built. The guy built it in 1958. And there's the menu right there.
I love that mid-century aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. It's just so cool.
It is.
And then that is a growler. You can buy, that's a half gallon of root beer.
Oh wow.
And I brought back 2 half gallons.
There you go.
That they sell those.
I bet that's good root beer.
Oh man, it really is. It's I don't know. It doesn't taste as much like licorice. It does have that taste, but no, it has a lot of. It seems like it has a lot of wintergreen in it. It's really good.
Yeah.
All right, Arnie and Doug. If you want a root beer float, man, there's a picture there. Do you have that one, Todd?
Oh yeah, I do. Let me get it because I didn't put it in the thing because I didn't want it to.
Arnie and Doug, whenever he finds it, man, this is the whole reason that I went there.
Yeah.
Look at that, buddy.
Look at that root beer float. Look at that.
Every single one of them's like that. Comes out in a frosted mug, and the way you eat it, they had to tell me how to eat it. You take your spoon and you turn it sideways,
Uh-huh.
and you start at the rim of the glass and you go around, and your first scoops are like right around the edge of the glass,
Uh-huh.
around the bottom, and you do that so it doesn't run down on the melt and
Oh,
run down on the glass.
oh
And then
yeah.
you eat it. Then you eat it from the bottom up.
Yeah. Man.
Just kind of going up. But every single one of them's like, and I have a confession to make, man. I had two of those dudes. Yeah, I was like, I don't care if it makes me sick.
Yeah.
I rode my bike 4 hours to get one of
Uh-huh.
these, and I've been wanting to do it for several years.
I don't
And
blame you.
I ate two of them.
I don't blame you. That's a good frosty mug too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and those mugs, man, you can look on eBay. I've
Uh-huh.
got probably six. That's just a plain old mug, but you can go there and find the vintage ones,
Mm-hmm.
and they're real thick glass, and they have like little circle indentations going around them, and they say Frostop on them.
Oh yeah.
This
Man.
back from the 50s and 60s. I've got
Yeah.
several of those. I keep them in the freezer, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, those are great. That looks great. When next time you come by, I'll have to go buy you a Fitz root beer just to see what you think of it.
Okay.
It's a local St. Louis root beer soda company.
Mm-hmm.
So they have
St.
different
Louis.
flavors.
Okay.
They have different flavors, but root beer is where they start out. Fitz root beer, FITC.
Yeah.
But,
And they're hot dogs, man. They're hot dogs. You can get them. They call it. You get them like several different ways, but they call them sauced. They have some kind of like a chili sauce they put on them.
mm-hmm.
But the most popular is they put the sauced mustard, onions, and slaw,
Yeah.
and they put it on there. And you know how you go to a baseball game, and they're in those little not plastic, but paper wrappers.
Uh-huh.
You know, they're like that, but the wraps are really, really tight.
Huh.
It's amazing how tight they can wrap it. So the hot dog's not that big because it's kind of smashed. It's all
Right.
smashed together. But because they do that, then when you take it out of the wrapper, it doesn't go all over the place. Pretty cool the way they
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Holly's a big root beer fan. She loves her root
Yeah.
beer.
Well, Holly, I think you'd like Frostop. I do.
Yeah.
And you can actually, I mean, you can order it. The way I found out about it when I lived in Nashville, there was a hardware store,
Uh-huh.
and they carried Frostop root beer, and there were several kind of different beers like that. I forget
Mm-hmm.
what brands they did have, what flavors actually.
Yeah.
But I started trying it. I'm like, man, I love this, and then I just started researching it, the Frostop,
Yeah.
and found out about those. It's just really cool how they're, some of that Americana stuff is kind of going away,
Uh-huh.
and they're all privately owned now.
Yeah.
There's probably 3 or 4 down in Louisiana. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
There's
tried
one in Kentucky.
I can't remember what brand it is, but I've tried like a sassafras beer,
Mm-hmm.
that's a soda. And then also a ginger beer.
Ginger beer. Yeah.
Ginger beer was a little bit strong for me, a little bit too much ginger for me to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Arnie says the website says you can get it at Ace Hardware. Yeah. That's where I got mine.
Yeah.
That's where I found out about it
I'm
originally.
gonna have to check my local Ace Hardwares to see if they have one. That'd be great.
They may have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like I've seen that name before, but I can't place, exactly where it's at. So,
Well, those big mugs that are on top that spins,
mm-hmm.
they get damaged. Like that one, there's been rebuilt a couple times, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones down in Louisiana, all the hurricanes and stuff they have blow through there, they're always getting knocked off and
Yeah.
rolled around. But it's a big process to take it down and get it put back together and get the motor on where it spins and everything.
Yeah.
But man, while you remember, I said, where was it? I rode the bike too, and I found that I saw that Pepsi machine. It was just sitting out in the middle of the field.
Oh yeah,
remember that?
when you went to go see Burl Ives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that was in Kentucky, and
Mm-hmm.
and I found I turned around and went back and took a picture of this thing, and I think they might be related, man.
Oh
that
yeah.
Pepsi machine and this other thing I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You-
there.
yeah. Man, they were just sitting out in the middle of this field there. There's storage units back there, but I think that that may be something
Yeah.
something alien related.
Yeah.
Maybe
It looks like little green men could fit in there pretty easily.
there's
So
no telling
yeah.
that thing, man. Man, I turned around and went back, and I was at first I was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna let it go." Then I said, "Man,
Yeah.
there's no way."
Yeah.
And it's got an extension cord running there, and I don't know if it's lit up at night or if that's how that
Yeah.
thing is
Oh,
powered. But
probably charging up so it can make its journey back home.
mm-hmm.
It probably.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is cool.
It actually had 2 fins on the back. You can't see the other one at this
Yeah.
angle.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I know, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
all kinds of things, man, that you just see. It seems like Kentucky has a lot of that.
It's a strange
People.
place.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But people in Kentucky, there's a lot of creative people
Oh yeah.
from Kentucky.
Oh yeah. There is. It's a unique place.
Mhm.
So yeah.
But yeah, so I'm thinking, maybe that Pepsi machine, they just got it out there where those
Yeah.
little green men can zip down and got plenty of area to land safely out there in that middle of that field and get them a Pepsi and
Yeah.
be on their way.
Yeah. Arnie and Doug said that they just found out their local Ace has Frostop. So
Okay.
go grab some and make some soft serve, and they'll
There
be
you go.
joining us. So
Do that, man.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love, I actually, I used to not like root beer at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, man, why in the world would anybody, drink root beer? And then I had a root beer float. It was pretty good. This has been years ago. And then one day I just started craving a root beer float.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, it just kind of went from the floats to just the root beer.
Yeah.
So I guess my taste changed over the years.
That's what happened to me. I used to not like pumpkin anything, especially pumpkin pie. I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I remember me and Holly we hadn't been married very long, and we were living in the house before we moved into this one. And I woke up one morning, I'm like, I just really want a piece of pumpkin pie, and I don't know why, because I don't like it, but I really want a piece. And
yeah.
when I was gone at work that day, she made a pumpkin pie, and I ate half the thing when I got home. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I just woke up one day loving it for whatever reason,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
But,
are you a pumpkin pie with Cool Whip? You like Cool Whip on yours?
I don't mind. I can eat it just plain, To me, if I had to choose, I don't take the extra step to put the Cool Whip on there. I'll just grab a piece, and I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. I don't need anything to cut the flavor. So the only thing I seek out to put like Cool Whip or whipped cream on is when I make a glass of eggnog. So
okay.
And all I do then is pour the eggnog in a mug and get a cinnamon stick, drop in there, a little bit of whipped cream, sprinkle a little nutmeg on it, and then stir it up. And, and that's all I do, and I love it, love it, love it. So
well, man, I don't know if it's a Southern thing or just my family's kind of different, but we have boiled custard and not eggnog. Is that the same thing?
I have no idea. I've never heard of boiled custard.
My gosh. You're not Southern, buddy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you're Midwestern, man. Because that kettle beef, that's
kettle
like
beef is
train.
Southern. Kettle beef is a Southern thing.
Kettle beef is like a wagon train, like headed out west, man. That's where that came from. Cook it all in one pot. But no, boiled custard, man. That's all. That's all. I mean, they sell it in the stores, but
yeah,
I've definitely had eggnog.
I've seen the custard drinks like next to the eggnog at the stores.
Maybe Doug can help us out with that.
Yeah,
what's the difference between boiled custard and eggnog? Doug and Arnie.
Yeah,
y'all find out anything on that?
No, they're two different things. So
Well, that's what we make on Thanksgiving and
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah,
You see.
yeah. Holly likes
Okay.
whipped cream on her pumpkin pie.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too, Holly.
yeah.
Yep.
We're not Southern either. So yeah, a quick uh, Google search says that they're both holiday drinks or desserts, but they have different textures and flavors.
Mm.
Um, Eggnog is rich, sweet and creamy, while bold custard is velvety, is thicker and velvety. So, but it doesn't say anything about the flavor.
Yeah,
So,
it's I'm the eggnog taster.
mhm.
Whenever we get do our Thanksgiving
Uh-huh.
and Christmas,
Yeah.
and there's no way me with a mustache. There's no way you can drink it without getting it all up on there. So I
Yeah.
don't even try to not get it on there, man.
Oh
I
yeah.
just
Just
have it.
just embrace it. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just embrace it.
But now we make boiled custard where you separate the eggs and the yellows and the whites, and use the cream and the sugar and beat it all up and mix it together and beat it up again. And you make like stiff peaks out of the whites and then pour the other stuff in there.
Yeah.
But in our family, my father-in-law and his friends, they spiked it all the time. So
Yeah.
you had to get it early to get it without the whiskey in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
They always put that in.
A lot of people do. I just drink mine with just plain. I've always kind of wanted to make my own eggnog, but for me, like the Prairie Farms is good.
Hmm.
So it's like, why do I want to go all the trouble when this makes me just as happy? You
Yeah.
know? So,
Well, I'll tell you, man, the boiled custard kind of tastes kind of like if you made homemade vanilla ice cream
uh,
and let it melt. It's not exactly like that, but it kind of is
yeah.
in a way. In a way. In a way.
Hmm. Yeah. I might have to pick up one of them custard ones just to try it. I don't have anything good
Yeah.
against
Yeah,
custard.
it may turn you from eggnog. You may go from eggnog to boiled custard.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I do like my eggnog, though. I'm kind of getting a
Yeah. Oh
hankering
yeah.
for it now.
Yeah. Me too,
So
man.
keep saying it,
Me
and I'm
too.
like, is it in the stores? Is it available in the stores yet?
It probably won't be long.
No.
I never bought any of that till a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I only had it during the holidays and made it.
Uh-huh.
So I never bought any
Yeah.
till a couple years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I you know, I've been trying to. I like around the holidays. I really like homemade Chex Mix,
Hmm.
and I've been trying, and I have yet to succeed. I re- I really like an Asian sweet and spicy flavor.
Hmm.
Kind of like a General Tao chicken flavor.
Yeah.
I've been trying so hard to come up with a Chex Mix recipe that embraces that sweet and spicy. And I've tried different like sweet and spicy recipes, but I have yet to find one that works. And I've done some like experimental stuff myself, and just can't seem to nail it. It's like if I could just figure that out, I'd be super happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm sure you can, man. You're good at that stuff because you took the apple pie baked beans that I was making and took it to the next level with the cherry pie
Yeah.
baked beans.
Yeah, but that one I had a good head start on. This is like completely from scratch, you know?
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
and so it's like um, Buffalo Wild Wings has that sauce called Asian Zing, and I've
Hmm.
been using that as my inspiration. And in fact, I've tried to use it in there before, but a lot of times it makes it too soggy, you know?
Yeah, I was
But
wondering about that.
yeah,
How he was gonna.
yeah. I don't mind a little soggy piece here and there, but I don't want the whole thing soggy, you know?
Maybe you should freeze dry some of that sauce that you're talking about,
Uh huh.
and it turns into a powder, and then you can sprinkle it on there.
Ooh, now you're talking.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because our friend Lee, she's a big freeze dry person.
Uh-huh.
She does everything.
Yeah.
Strawberries, just all that. And you can turn it into a powder and crush it up, and then maybe you could sprinkle it on there. Maybe, I don't know, coat it with some brown sugar, and then so it'll kind of melt whenever you heat it, and sprinkle that.
Maybe I just need to make brown sugar and bacon Chex Mix. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, that'd be easy to do. That would get me sweet and savory at least.
Mm-hmm.
And some red pepper flakes. I'll just put some red pepper. I think I just did it. Brown sugar, red pepper flakes, and bacon.
Yeah.
Someone write that down before I forget it. So,
well, we got it recorded, man.
Yeah.
You won't forget it.
Yeah. Arnie and Doug said their niece Megan made eggnog using Alton Brown's recipe. It's quite a doozy. So.
Oh, it's quite boozy.
Boozy. Yeah. Boozy.
Yeah.
Bougie. Maybe it's bougie.
Yeah. Well, if it was the way my father-in-law and them they started out, first batch wasn't too strong, but his friend Dave always said, turn it up. And by the time we made 2 or 3 batches at the end, you might as well have been drinking out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Straight out of the bottle.
Yeah. That's what happens. Our family isn't, we don't have any drinkers or anything, but the families I know that do, it's like, it's barely eggnog, guys. You know, it's like, it's like, what are you doing? It's just barely eggnog. And
yeah,
you know,
it's whiskey with a little syrup on it or something.
Yeah,
you know?
something. But yeah.
Well, man, something else we're going to do. Mary and I are going to do tonight after the show. There's a meteor shower that's happening.
Oh yeah.
It's been happening for the last couple of weeks, and I think a couple more weeks after tonight. But tonight, at 4 a.m. is supposed to be the peak. But I can tell you right now, we won't be out there at 4 a.m. But we'll be out there at midnight, 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
maybe 2. But we're going to go. There's one place in Tennessee that has the international it's internationally certified dark sky areas, and they're for stargazing, and it's up here. It's about 30 minutes from my house.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe not even 30 minutes, but there's only one here, and the next closest one is in Kentucky, and then out west in New Mexico, and Idaho. All those places out in there, out west, there's quite a few of them. There's not that many here. Yeah. There's one that's really close, so we're gonna go out there, take our lawn chairs and lay back, and probably get eat up with chiggers. But what the heck?
That'd be cool. Yeah, we don't have one of those dark zones around here. There's one up in the St. Louis area outside of the city, but I could take you to a dark zone that's not certified pretty quick. There's just places out here where there's just nothing. So
yeah. You definitely don't have to have a certified place, but it's just cool to go out there.
It is. It is. There's something about it because they keep the light so far away. You know.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a red light, but we've never even seen anybody else out there. To be honest, not at night.
Huh?
Yeah, not at night. During the day, there'll be people turning the parking lot, but not at night. Kind of scary.
Yeah,
you start thinking Bigfoot, and
aliens.
Kind of aliens.
Yeah, rogue Pepsi machines out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
you know.
Yep.
Maybe it was one of them robot Pepsi machines from that commercial that was shooting the cans at everybody. That was 7-Up machine. That was 7-Up Pepsi.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you bringing me the skis.
Oh yeah. Did you get them all drunk up?
Nope. I've got 2 left. I haven't drank any since you left. I meant to bring one out here to.
You've been savoring them.
To drink it while I was on the show. Yeah, I know it, man. I have been.
Yeah.
Love those things.
As good as you remember?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Good. I was happy. Holly found the glass bottle ones, too. I was thinking either like the plastic bottles or a thing of cans, because that's all I've ever seen. And I mean, Holly was able to find the glass bottle ones, which is win-win-win. So Holly says you think cereal killers when you get out there in the dark.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what my son, whenever he was home last, he went out there and he come back and he said, "Man," he said, "it's so dark out there." He didn't stay very long.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, it is, because you don't hear anything, you know, no machines, no cars, no nothing."
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah. Everybody's gonna have to excuse me for a second. My eyes, some allergies or something going on with my eyes. If I keep rubbing it, I'm sorry. But
that's all right.
yeah.
Man, I was going down the road today on the motorcycle, and I know what it was because when I used to work with the airlines, if they had a hydraulic leak, it could be spraying hydraulic fluid out just in a little pinhole. And it didn't take much, man. If you walked within 10 feet of it, it would be in your eyes, and your eyes would just water.
Oh man.
In a truck, well, actually, I passed a truck today, and he must have had a hydraulic leak because my eyes, I had to pull over. Luckily, there was a rest area just a couple miles down the road.
Uh-huh.
I had to pull over. My eyes were watering so bad, and went inside and washed my face. But it was rough there for a minute. Like, this is not good. I can't see.
Yeah. A lot of times in the early spring, I'll be delivering mail. If I get close to some cottonwood trees, man, I just sit there and it look like I'm crying, but I don't know what's going on down here. I'm down here quite often, and I don't know.
Yeah.
What happened? Something snuck up on me. So,
yeah.
But it's always allergy season around here. It don't matter. You get the springtime, summertime, fall, winter allergies. There's always something going down.
Man, I used to think that Tennessee, that we got a lot of mixed weather because from Nashville, it's like a 6-hour drive to Chicago up north. You know what kind of weather they get, and it's a 6-hour drive down to the Gulf of Mexico.
Yep.
It's straight down, so we're like right in the middle. But I think Missouri, I think y'all get that. Plus, you get coming from Texas and the West, man. Y'all get it worse than we do. I think as far as different weather.
Yeah, it depends on the way the jet stream, because we can get stuff straight out of Canada and just make it freaking cold, down to below 0 degrees. And then if it comes up through Texas and Oklahoma, then it's hot and humid. And old house I used to live in, there was a tree in the alley, a big old tree, got knocked over by Hurricane Ike that came through Texas.
Oh, really?
And it trailed up and it was like, the only reason they weren't calling it a hurricane anymore is because it wasn't over water. It was still like a tropical storm and had all the winds and everything.
Yeah.
And all the weather either comes, generally from the west, northwest, southwest. And then one came straight up through Mississippi, and it was the weirdest thing. We see the rotation coming from the east. And it was just weird seeing a storm blow in from the opposite direction. In fact, you called me Monday. Right. And I was like, it's 101 today. And you're like, man, that's hot. And I was like, looked at the weather and see what was going to be the rest of the week. It's like, oh, tomorrow it's going to be 75. And that's what it was.
That's pretty welcomed after being 100
Yeah,
degrees.
It was. But yeah, I have seen one time there was a 60-degree drop in temperature in 20 minutes.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. It went from like, well, maybe not 60. It went from like 84, and so yeah, but about 30 degrees, I guess, because it went from like 84 degrees to 54 degrees in about 20 minutes. We had some big storm blow through from the north, and it was either, I can't remember if it was fall or spring. I remember it was before Holly's mom moved out here, but she was out here visiting, and they went into Burger King, to eat some lunch, and it was hot. And then they came out, they were like, birds, it's cold out here,
Getting ready to snow, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember being out on the street delivering mail, and the wind picked up, and it's like you just feel the temperature dropping like a rock. It's wild. And I know everybody says, wherever they live, wait 10 minutes, the weather changes, and we say it too, but daggum, it's crazy.
Yeah, I believe y'all may have the right to claim that.
Well, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, the week of Christmas, we set our record low for December, all-time record low for December, and the all-time record high for December in the same week.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the kind of place, man, that you know, if you know how to make kettle beef, it helps their survival rate out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's where kettle beef comes
Yeah.
from.
Well, it puts meat on your bones and hair on your chest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, that is funny. But guys, we just really appreciate you joining us. It's always fun to hop on here and chat. If you guys ever have a story or a picture you'd like to share, just send us an email at on the porch, or join us on the porch at gmail.com. That is join us on the porch at gmail.com. It's in the show notes in the description, or just send us a direct message on Facebook or Instagram at on the porch pod. We're at both places. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll include it. And remember, if you like and review the podcast on any podcast platform, please let us know so we can send you a official On the Porch sticker. We'd love to hear from you. And we'll be back next week. I don't think we got any planned absences for the next foreseeable future. So we'll be back next week and for another episode. And Ken, take us home.
Well, man, I had some music stuff I wanted to talk about, but I guess we can talk about that next week. Yeah, but we can talk. I'll save it. It's no big deal. I forgot about it just now. But I do want to thank everybody for listening to us out here on the porch with Todd and Ken. And we're gone.